Good morning, Stylist. This is Elise Danh here, Star Stylist with Stella and Dot. And today is your Take Charge Tuesday tip of the week. And I am, sending you messages all the way here from California. So I apologize if my video is a little late because Eastern Standard Time, I know it's the afternoon over there, but I am in Cali, so I am taping California time. But I promised to do a Take Charge Tuesday video to follow up on the post that I put out, and I think it was in, I don't even remember which Facebook group it was, but it was definitely a question that Aisha Young posted about if you do Stella and Dot full time, what do you do when the well runs dry and you're out of customers that are interested in hosting and you are trying to get new business? And so I thought I would take the time to post this video to give you some insight and ideas. So hopefully these tips will help, and definitely do please leave me comments and let me know what other topics that you would like me to cover so that we can inspire and motivate each other to go forth and do well in our business. So first things first, in terms of prospecting and new business and leads and all of that fun stuff, what I want to be sure to reiterate is remember that things don't happen overnight. It may seem like everyone's having a successful go around, but quite honestly, that is not true. It is not the reality. For some people, it could be really easy, really quick, and then they'll hit a bump or an obstacle. And for other people, they start off really slow and don't get anywhere, and then all of a sudden they have an amazing ride. So it's all cyclical, it's all relative. It's not always good and rosy, and the grass is not always green on that side that you see. And just know that majority of the time, everyone will celebrate success and not talk about the pitfalls or the obstacles that they're experiencing. So please don't feel like you're the only one, because guess what? You're not. And it takes a lot of determination, perseverance, and positive thinking for you to get forward in your business. So don't fret, and just know that it's mind over matter, and that you will definitely get where you need to go, provided that you take those little steps and you hold yourself accountable, and that you are realistic in your ability and your capability in moving forward in your business. And I will say this again, because I say it all the time: Rome wasn't built in a day, and there are more than one way to skin a cat. So you will have to be innovative, think outside the box, go outside of your comfort zone, and be realistic in how you approach what you decide to do. So in terms of really putting yourself out there and not spending so much money and effort on marketing, I would surely say to you that you definitely have to really be open to just putting yourself out there. And I don't want you to be salesy, and I don't want you to be so marketing minded, because usually that kind of exudes out, and then you're like overkill with it, and you don't want to like turn people off, right? So what I always say is carry business cards everywhere, carry mini lookbooks well prepared everywhere, and drop them everywhere. If you're at the mall, randomly drop it in the public restroom that's at the mall. And a lot of those seating areas in the mall, leave one on the bench, leave one in the cafe area, like where the food court is, leave a couple, whatever. Some random passerby person will pick it up, and you just never know if they will give you a call. And have I received random calls or random orders from doing this? I have. So it does work. So I say don't just drop everything you have, but just be a little bit more intentional and just drop it off. When I eat at a restaurant, I always leave a mini lookbook with my check. And in that particular bathroom from that restaurant, I leave something in the bathroom by the sink when you're washing your hands. I just leave it everywhere because it's cute. It's a small size. Some random curious person will pick it up. You just never know. I've also mentioned in the post that I replied to Miss Aisha Young is that I do sometimes put them on windshields of cars in parking lots, like near the bridal shop or near a dress shop or near the mall or like at the Home Goods or whatever. You just randomly put on a couple cars and just leave it there, and you never know. It doesn't hurt and it doesn't cost you a thing. If you're working your business, you're getting free business supplies. Use that to your advantage, and don't be stingy about your credits. Just use them because they're going to expire in, I think, 6 months anyway. Use it to market your business. Work smart, not hard. Don't overthink it. Don't complicate things. Just put your name out there. Okay, so that's in terms of like the piecemeal, piece of leaving things. Now the other part would be also pairing up with your local nail salon or your hair salon and do pop-ups with them, do free shipping promos with them, or do different incentives that pair up their service with your Stella and Dot pop-up, just so that you can get some new meat, new business. There are so many ways to go about it, but trying to implement everything all at one time will not work because it's too much to keep track of. And you want to try each thing a week at a time, or a couple weeks at a time, or a month at a time even, just to see what speaks to you and what works for you. But definitely develop a relationship before just going in for the kill and saying, oh, I want to do business with you. Like if you've never done business there yourself, it's not that credible that you're interested in their business per se. And so you're just coming in there, oh, I want to do this and this and this, but I've never eaten here, or I've never gotten a service done here. You want to be more genuine and more thoughtful in your process and when you're prospecting, trying to build a relationship with the business so you can have existing business with them going forward. And also, like if you join up like the meetup.com has a great app for your phones that you can join different groups that are interested in fashion or jewelry or mommy me play dates or wine nights or sushi nights or whatever it is. There's so many different ones. If you decide to join them for a networking purpose, join them, be part of that group because you're genuinely interested in whatever that group is about, and be part of it for a few runs. Like go to a couple sushi nights before you actually talk about your business. And if you do talk about, because that ultimately does come up in conversation, don't just go in for it right away. Just be like, oh yeah, I'm a stylist with Stella and Dot. I'm a jewelry stylist. I style your wardrobe. You can say that, but don't go in about having them do something unless it seems like they ask you for that. Well, then that's different. But you don't want to be this billboard with a megaphone like, I do Stella and Dot and I want your business, like right off the get-go, because then you're just salesy. And then you might turn creepy. And then you might be like stalkers to them and they may avoid having you attend their groups. Or you may be just taken out of the group altogether. So you want to be joining groups that you have genuine interest in, that you want to be part of just in general as a person. And then, build those relationships and then move forward and decide if you want to add that network to your Stella and Dot business and prospect with them for business. Okay? And another thing too is when you are doing trunk shows, and this is what I've learned from Naomi Rosenstein, is that she definitely picks her schedule. She doesn't let Stella and Dot rule her life, although it's very tempting to let it all be Stella and Dot all the time. I'm definitely very guilty of this myself because I really do enjoy what I do. But you want to be intentional about your schedule so people know that you control your business and your business does not control you. And so pick the days that you know that you are available and stick to them and only book on those dates. Don't feel like, oh my God, I'm going to lose this girl if she doesn't, well then you know what? She's not taking you seriously as a business owner yourself. So you just have to know, pick your dates. I pick 2 weekends a month. I do every Thursday just because that's a great night to do, and it's, I'm not really doing anything, and our family nights really are not catered around Thursday anyway. So I always have Thursday night availability, and then Friday and Saturday and Sunday, it's every other weekend. And usually I try to pick certain weekends that I just know that I don't want to do business because I already have something going on with my family. But quite honestly, the why I'm guilty of not really doing a full formal schedule is I go based on the first weekend booked. So like I'll have my whole September open, and then all of a sudden a customer will say, can I have September 6th? and I'll be like, yes, and then I'll give it to her, and then that whole weekend becomes a Stella weekend, and I'll book all my other trunk shows on that weekend because she picked that weekend already, and then going forward, I'll pick a different weekend. But I usually let a customer pick the first weekend if it's not already, if it's open, so to speak, and then I book around that and stick to that, so that I don't have like 2 Saturdays and then another Saturday added on because, whatever reason. But you constantly have to be moving and shaking. If you want business, it's not going to fall in your lap. And yes, many of us that are active and qualified and doing well in our businesses will often get corporate leads. But guess what? They don't always turn into anything. And so if we don't stay on top of that business, it goes out into cyberspace anyway. So we are working our business enough that home office is sending certain leads our way or referrals or whatever, but we still have to work at making sure we make that connection. And so I say the more personable you are, the more authentic, the more genuine you are when you're meeting people, I would definitely say that will help you prospect and meet new people. And so it's definitely a great thing when you are just trying to work your business. You have to really be very tactful in your approach. And also, the main thing is listen to your potential customer, your potential hostess. Listen to what they're saying to you, what their possible objections are. Listen to those customers that don't want to host a show with you for whatever reason. Really find out what they're really saying. Because maybe when they're saying no to you to hosting, there's a reason. There's something around it, and you're not hearing it. And so too many times, because we're so desperate for bookings and shows and purchases and orders, that we're so blindsided by our focus that we're not really listening to the why of the person we're talking to, and we're just constantly hearing the same tape and not processing the information. So truly, it's a learning curve. And I mean, I'll be coming up on my 2nd year with Stella and Dot in September, and I've had some great successes and triumphs, and I've had some really crazy not so great triumph. Like I've had obstacles. It's been hard. And when life happens, your own personal life happens, and family vacations and visits and sicknesses and all kinds of craziness happen, it gets you really down. And when you're getting a lot of no's, and remember ladies, you're going to have to get a lot of no's. 1 yes, possibly, for every 10 no's. Who are you really talking to? Because you might call 10 people and everybody said no, and you're like, but guess what? You didn't call enough people. Sorry, that's just the name of the game. That's really a proven theory and method in sales in general, not just in Stella and Dot, and not just in direct sales. I used to work for Wachovia Bank, and I was a financial specialist where I had to cold call people and actually scrub existing business in the bank to get them to want to take out a loan for $500,000. And we're talking big money here. And so you're calling and trying to build a relationship to get people to trust you so they can get a lower interest rate to get more business from them on top of the existing business they already have with you. Or if they have other relationships with other banks, you're hoping to get them to convert and house all of their banking needs under one place, which is your bank. It's not an easy conversation. And let me tell you, it was very, very hard. So having that experience definitely kind of set me up for what I do with sales. But people's assets and their money are big deals. And so you would think it would be easier doing jewelry, but guess what? Jewelry is not, let me repeat this. Jewelry is not a necessity. It is a want. It is a luxury. And if you can sell that, accessory to somebody and get them sold on you and they love you, it becomes a need because they love you. They love hanging out with you. They like buying through you. They get the quality. They love the affordable luxury. But at the end of the day, folks, you just got to be real. What we do is not a need. However, we are in the happy business. We are having a great time, and we are selling them an experience, a lifestyle. When they become our customer, when they become our stylist on our team, it is a lifestyle. It is something in our personality. And you don't have to be salesy to get that person. It's just about them understanding what you do. And as long as you don't come across salesy, it's good. But if you are, it's going to be a little bit of a obstacle for you. So you have to put it into perspective and know that everything takes time. It's all relative. And 2 or 3 times trying is not hard enough. You got to keep going. You got to fall and you got to get up. You got to pick yourself up and you got to keep going. So what my message to you is to keep working your business and just know that all the things will fall into place. All right, ladies? So that's my Take Charge Tuesday tip of the week. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Have a great week.